Dave made this beat.
Welcome to Say Like a Champ 186. It's your boy A-Dub.
Boy, stress. What's good, SLAC fam?
What's going on? What's good? We back in the building for another episode of Say Like a Champ. And just before we get started into our normal topics, do want to just say what's up and do a quick check-in with you, Strizzy, see how you're doing.
Yeah, man, I'm doing straight, man. You know how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Dad, trying to get this, the kids and stuff situated, but being a parent, 24/7 job. So, I just picked up Yvonne from track practice. Now she's got Kim Sierra practice for one of her friends. Yeah, these kids are honestly, she's busier than me nowadays.
For real, huh?
Busier than me, man. So, just gonna do some stuff. Speaking more on the dad stuff. Lily's been feeling like she want to spend some us time later. So I'm gonna do a little daddy-daughter date this weekend too with her.
Nice.
So, just honestly been on the dad game probably more so than anything these last couple of weeks. So trying to hang in there, but so far so good. I'm healthy, you know what I'm saying? That's all that matters, you know what I'm saying? That's all that matters.
No, absolutely. And everybody knows, this is definitely a family-oriented show. We're family-oriented people. So you got to do what you got to do. You're out there. The shuttle's open today, but that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? That's legit.
How you feeling lately, dog? How you been?
I'm doing good. I'm doing well. Things are going good, but I just can't believe already, we just passed St. Patrick's Day. We're getting ready to close out March already. So I just continue to be shocked by how quick time goes, but that's how it is. You know how that goes. So definitely glad though to be back with the Slackers today. And I do want to check in. We got Unk out here from Texas. Hello, Unk. We got Grace Williams in the building. Hello, Grace. Anthony Wesson also, he says howdy from Dallas. I definitely have some questions for him later. We got Moms in the building. Good evening. We got Pops saying hello. And then Anthony Weston said he's on that man dad life. Yeah, that's what he says. So yeah, he knows all about that dad life as well. Unk says, tough being a dad, Chris, you are doing great. And Grace says, kudos, Strizzy. So yeah, so we got your back, man. All down. So all right, that's what's up. I think we will be joined though in a little bit. We might have a Mad Marcus appearance, so we'll look forward to that. And then we're gonna just get Strizzy's thoughts on a couple things before we let him go ahead and take care of his duties. But let me go ahead and bring up our little graphics here so we can get it right. And the big news, of course, right now is we do have the World Baseball Classic going on. And so I was going to put the score in here real quick because it is a live score. It's the top of the fifth. USA is down 1-3 to Japan. And so I'm going to put the score in there real quick. But I do want to talk about the tournament so far. It's been a really great tournament. Both of these teams in tonight's final basically had like heroic type of stuff to get there. Trey Turner hit a grand slam to take the lead for Team USA against Venezuela. And then also Japan just last night had a bottom of the ninth inning rally for 2 runs to get to the final. So that's what's up. But definitely kind of exciting. Strizzy, have you been able to check out much of the World Baseball Classic?
Yeah, I've been watching a little bit of it, primarily highlights, but I have been, obviously I like, watching Japan for a couple of reasons, but the Team USA team just seems so stacked, you know what I mean? So, I'd be surprised if they end up losing this one tonight, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's actually it's probably been one of the better years because so many of the like heavy hitters have been actually playing this year, which they don't normally do. So it's kind of cool.
Right. Yeah, most definitely. You're right. We had a lot of basically it looks like an all-star team. It looks like an all-star baseball team out there playing for Team USA. So that's what's up with that. Next up, big topic is March Madness. Strizzy, I wanted to see how you felt about the March Madness tournament so far. What were your thoughts on the upsets?
Dude, crazy. It's kind of fun because I know we haven't really did a secure the bag with football season being over. But man, very first night I did an 11-game parlay. I actually picked Hofstra to win, and I picked another really big upset. And when they both won, I was like, "Oh, I'm about to pick up. Like, there's no way the rest of these teams lose." And every other team hit except for U of A. U of A lost, and they were like,
Oh, dang.
they were like a negative 1,100 favorite. So I was pissed. So I was like, there's no way I would have predicted like any of the other teams to lose because they were all just like they were pretty favorited, but it all. I mean, just going with everything. Like I think Houston's the only number one seed left, right?
Houston and Alabama too.
Alabama, but Bama barely scraped by. They almost
Right.
lost. So it's been really close. You've seen a lot of 2 seeds that have been knocked off. 2 other 1 seeds have been knocked off. They were saying that this might be the first year where not a single number 1 seed makes it. You know what I'm saying? So to the Final Four at least. But it's been crazy, dude. It's like I kind of like it though because usually you have all the top recruits going to the same schools every year: Duke, North Carolina, Kentucky, Michigan State, Kansas. But like now that it's getting so spread apart, like anybody can win now. You know, I'm like, when was the last time we were talking about Houston and Baylor and like for the male side? And Baylor's always a big women's basketball team, but not so much men. So it's kind of crazy, man, to see all of these kind of like big teams in the NCAA basketball men's, and some of them didn't even make it. UNC included.
Right. No, it is awesome. And, even that, like, there's all these secondary tournaments popping up. There's always been the NIT, right, for the people that don't make March Madness, but they got multiple other college tournaments going on too this week, the backup tournaments. But yeah, it's a wide field for sure. Every year I feel like I learn a new team name that I never heard of before, but it's another one of those come out of nowhere schools. So
seriously, it's insane, dude. But March Madness for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. They call it March Madness for a reason, but I think it's been extra madness this year for sure. I do want to take a quick look at the schedule coming up for next week. We have Thursday and Friday. The Sweet 16 games are going to be going on. Both number 1 seeds are going to be going on Friday. And then after this Thursday and Friday slate of games, we'll have the Elite 8 going on Saturday and Sunday before we have a week before the actual Final Four goes off. So, I'm kind of looking forward to that Houston Miami. I think that could be an interesting one. Also, Creighton versus Princeton. Princeton's on their they're on their Cinderella run. They're like kind of the darling team. And they had the big knockout of U of A, but then also they beat Missouri, which Anthony Wesson reminds us though his Missouri Tigers lost to Princeton. And when Princeton was going up against Missouri, I was like, dang, this is Missouri's chance to sneak farther into this tournament. But Princeton's playing their butts off for sure. So we'll see, but definitely going to be some low seeds getting into the Elite 8. So that's always exciting to see.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy, man. Like you said, it's been really interesting. Yeah, you're right. I couldn't remember who beat U of A. It was Princeton, and they were just so. I think they were like a crazy underdog, and like I can't believe they pulled that one out. And the crazy part about it is they were down the whole game until the end. So I was sure they were going to lose, and they ended up pulling it out. And once they got ahead, they actually never looked back. So
yeah,
it's been crazy. A ton of upsets, and a lot of the upset games have been like so tight. Like the games have actually been really, really good. So, I'm sure the NCAA is excited about the turnout this year.
Exactly. No, I agree. I did see on the secure the backside, I did see that there was these one people that were basically that their betting philosophy for March Madness is just to bet all the underdogs just straight out on the money line, and that just waiting for those 1 or 2 underdogs to hit works out, because the odds are so long against a number 15 or a number 16 seed winning in the first round. So,
dude, I saw something. It said something like if you would have bet at least $10 on every underdog last year, every underdog through every round, you would have been positive. I think it was like $1,600.
Dang.
So just $10 every underdog. So even with all of the losses you would have had, you would have came out on top $1,600. And I'm sure that's even higher this year because of so many underdogs winning. It's been a bunch of them.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That's what's up though. Yeah, so that's the college basketball, and I do like March Madness. It does get me a little bit more into it, and seeing some of the players come out, and kind of some of the teams that are kind of the scrappy underdog teams, just kind of pulling themselves together to win. That's what's up. We did have the one team, which was Farnham something or Fairleigh Dixon. Their coach, they're the ones that upset, that had the number one upset of Purdue. Their coach already has a new job after they lost in the next round, right? He already has a new job at Iona, so he's going to replace Rick Pitino there. So that's pretty cool though. But it is funny how they want to recruit to these small schools and they want to be like, oh, you guys, everybody has a chance in March Madness, which it is true, just like we were just talking about, right? But as soon as coach gets to go to a next level school, they're out of there so fast, like so fast.
I know. And Iona's good this year. They actually did really well.
They did. Yeah, they did. So you think if they marry up that coaching of, kind of that underdog scrappy type of, style of coaching and with some better players, maybe they'll be able to go farther. But it is wide open. I was sad to see Missouri out. I was sad to see Kentucky out. But that's just how it goes sometimes,
Yeah.
All right. I want to jump. I'm going to jump into our next topic because I definitely want to get your thoughts on it. So let me just go ahead and I'm gonna hit the bumper real quick, and we'll be right back into our normal routine. What's up next?
Oh, let's check it out, man, real quick.
Tune to NFL Talk.
Let's get it.
All right, so we're gonna go through the free agent signings, and then Strizzy. Also, I know you're out there on the road, so if you have to go, just let us know. We got your back. But before you go, I definitely wanted to hear what your thoughts are about the Panthers moves, the latest free agent signings we have up here, but they were able to grab Miles Sanders and then also Adam Thielen to go with their number one pick. How are you feeling about their moves right there?
Super excited actually. So the thing about Adam Thielen is like he's not a young receiver, right? Like I think he's definitely on the tail end of his career more than anything, but he is a nice security blanket. Like when you think about just a reliable guy, kind of like what's the slot receiver over in Seattle? I'm forgetting his name.
Lockett.
Tyler Lockett. He reminds me of a guy like that, right? Like he's not going to give you 1,600 receiving yards at any given year. But on third down, when you need a play, a guy who can still stretch the field, he's that security blanket that we needed for a young quarterback because we just lost DJ Moore, right? So I was actually really excited about that signing. I think he's 32, 33 years old. Like he's not about to be, putting up top receiver numbers, but I think he'll do just fine to help out our rookie quarterback, whoever that may be. And then Miles Sanders, I think, is super legit too. We re-signed all of our offensive linemen. We had a really great offensive line last year. As you saw in the running game, it was like the primary spot for our season last year. That and the defense. So Miles Sanders behind our offensive line. And this new coaching staff that Reich has put together, I really like that one too. So I'm actually really excited about the two pickups that we just got this past week, man. So I'm excited about it. I would have liked to keep Foreman because he had a really good season last year when he took over for Chris McCaffrey, but it is what it is.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I like the moves too. Thielen, he is a little bit older, but he's hopefully be a veteran for those young wide receivers. I think that they said that the next oldest wide receiver is or all the other wide receivers are like under 25 for the Panthers now. So definitely got some youngsters over there. But I like the move too. And Miles Sanders, he did really well for the Eagles last year. He had probably one of his, I guess almost you would say a career year for the Eagles last year. But definitely a productive runner. And somebody that, like you said, behind that offensive line should do pretty well. So that's what's up. I'm glad we got your thoughts on that. I do want to tag in another member of our panel, though. We got the brother himself joining in. I think he's ready. We got Marcus. What's good, Marcus?
Man, it's rough. Can you hear me?
We got you.
All right, man, it's been rough, man. I left my headphone, left my mic. I'm
Oh
running.
no! Well, we know you're always on the move, moving stuff back and forth. So, that's not a surprise. But you're looking great, and we can hear you just fine. So you're good on there.
Cool.
That's what's up. So we were just talking about free agent signings a little bit. And there's one that I wanted to get your thoughts on, and then also Anthony Weston from the comments. But Marcus, what did you think about Dallas signing Ronald Jones to be kind of like a fill-in running back to add running back depth?
I don't like it.
Yeah.
He was cool like 2 or 3 years ago, but he hasn't done anything, you know. So that's the same guy from the Buccaneers, right?
Right. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was optimistic. I was trying to get Derrick Henry. We know that wasn't gonna happen, but so
Right.
but yeah, we'll see. But I don't like it. So
Right. I was hoping Anthony Weston might be able to give us some optimism or some hope. Maybe he saw something out of him, but he didn't even play for the Chiefs last year, fell off for the Bucks before that. I feel like at his production, like we might as well have just kept Zeke, but just made him be like a
exactly,
really, really backup.
yeah.
So that was kind of interesting, but it was a lot of running backs going off the board this week in the second week of free agency. Seems like Jamal Williams, he landed, and then also Devin Singletary to Houston. They also picked up Dalton Schultz, so they're adding a few weapons, but that's not too exciting to me. I don't know if I'd be too excited to go to Houston. But I was kind of surprised too about Dalton Schultz because he's going to end up making a little bit less money than I think he thought he was going to on the free agent market. He just took a 1-year deal and will be making less than what he would have made on the tag with the Cowboys. So interesting stuff there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Eagles, man. They're giving up a lot of people. Slade gone, the safety gone, Sanders gone.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining, but I think they won't be trying to repeat this year or something. I don't know what's the deal.
I know.
They played, didn't they? I thought they tagged him.
No, they got
he gone.
Yeah, I think Slay's gone. They got one of their cornerbacks back, but they lost DJ Gardner-Johnson. Actually,
yeah,
he's on the
that
list
was a crazy move too. I didn't know about that one, but we'll see, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. I think the Eagles did miss their chance last year. I hope so.
Yeah.
They did sign Marcus Mariota though as a backup quarterback, which is kind of interesting. I'm like, but I guess he can run at the very least. They could put him in to do those quarterback sneaks maybe instead. I don't know.
Right.
Oh yeah, Anthony Weston said Slay re-signed, so they did keep him.
I seen that thing today say he got released. So I don't know.
I saw him get re-signed too. I don't think unless something happened, I don't think he got released.
Because people was complaining about why we let Slay and Gardner go.
So they did get Bradbury and Slay back. Okay, cool. Yeah. So I don't know. I thought, or maybe they were just intending to release him, or something happened late. I guess maybe we saw some early news. I don't know, but yeah, that I don't know. I do hope the Eagles continue to lose pieces though, for sure. And I do like what the Panthers did. Pop says Carolina's made excellent moves. Hope they don't screw it up. They got to take CJ Stroud. Strizzy, what do you think? Who do you hope that they take at quarterback?
Stroud. Yeah, I'm with Stroud too. So and honestly, I agree, Pops. And I think the moves that they've made have been actually really, really good. We got a safety we also got a safety from the Bengals, which actually worked out really, really well. And then the coaching staff. I think that's what I'm actually starting to get excited for. I think the coaching staff that we've kind of put together is getting me a little excited for the season. But hopefully we don't blow it. I'm with you, Pops. Like, don't mess this up. Everything right now is looking good. But yeah, Stroud for me is the favorite right now. But if it's not Stroud for any reason, then I really like Anthony Richardson.
Got you. So if they go long term, then maybe Anthony Richardson.
Sure. If they let the rookie sit for a year, I'm cool with Anthony Richardson. I think he's going to be really good in the long run.
Got you.
6'4", 240, ran a 4.40. Like he a beast, man. He a beast.
Yeah. No, I agree. That will be kind of interesting. I do think wherever he lands, he will need some time to develop, but then in the long run, he might be pretty good. Yeah. Cooper Rush back in Dallas. That's another signing that happened. I just had to throw that one out there because I kind of like it. I think that's solid. He knows what to do, and he knows exactly what his role is. So, Marcus, you like that one?
Yeah, I like Cooper Rush. He's good. So it's a good little backup to have.
It really is. He played really well when Dak went out last year. He played.
Yeah.
Y'all won every game, right? Y'all didn't even lose a game with him, right?
Lost the
No,
Eagles.
the Eagles. Yeah, the Eagles blew us out. But
Oh,
that
that's
was. But I mean, that was still.
We
He did
came,
better
we
than
came back
expected.
at the end, but it was too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
Anthony Weston just trying to throw down salt from the throne and stuff. He says, "Nice being the champ, watching these teams scramble to get where the Chiefs are." Dang, okay, it's like that, Anthony. Man, I thought you were just gonna be happy for the success, but no, you're just trying to laugh at us and clown at us and stuff. That ain't right.
Oh,
How'd you guys feel about? Did you guys see the video of Cam Newton?
Oh yeah. I wanted to talk about that too. I thought that was interesting. I just don't know if there's really a place for him to get a job, but for him to go back to Auburn Pro Day after all those years is kind of crazy. What did you think about that one, Strizzy?
I'm looking at it like this. I'm kind of with you. I don't really think there's a spot for him anymore. I feel like the teams that, because he doesn't want to back anybody up. Like you don't come back after a year off to be a backup. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not his intentions, right? He's looking to start somewhere. And I feel like the teams that need a quarterback are going to get one in the draft this year. So unless he does come back to back somebody up, or I knock on wood, to go to a team where their quarterback might end up injured, I don't see it happening.
I don't know. I disagree. I don't think there's a maybe two rookies that might play better than him this year.
Mm.
And I don't think Baker Mayfield is better than him.
I mean,
I think he could go to the Commanders and help out. I don't think he has long, but like his whole thing was saying, he said there's no way all 32 quarterbacks is better than him.
all right, I agree.
And I just feel like I think if you get a shot, I think he can do something, but like you said, he has to be a backup probably. Let's say an injury happens, but
yeah, that's what I do agree with you, Marcus. Like, I love Cam. That's my dog, man. So like, I would love to see him, get another shot. I just feel like the teams that are early on that need a quarterback are going to draft one. So unless they're thinking like, let's bring somebody in and we can sit the quarterback or sit the rookie for a little bit and, let him test the waters with just, the practice, even the practice squad. Those are all pros too. So. But we'll see, because I know the Commanders are talking about going with Sam Howell, but they don't have nobody to back them up. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how that goes. But I do agree with you though. He definitely can play better than some people. Baker Mayfield for sure.
can't hear you.
Oh, my bad.
Alex, are you muted?
My bad. Yeah, I was muted. I was gonna say, yeah, I did think that the Baker Mayfield thing was interesting, but I mean, I get what you're saying though. Yeah, he could help out somewhere, contribute. I just don't know if he would want a chance to start. If he wants a chance to start, I don't think that's that's gonna happen again. But I don't know. Pop says Cam is still a bum. He can't play in the XFL. I don't think that's fair. He would light it up in the XFL. I would actually love to see that. If he joined, maybe he should join the USFL. Just be like the highest paid player there. But I think he would be okay in the XFL for sure. And Pop says about 50 quarterbacks are better than him. Go away, dang.
Pop just don't like him. He ain't never liked him.
Right.
So I let Pop slide. You know what I'm saying, but Pops just don't like him.
I don't know, man. That's funny, but I mean, even looking at Marcus Mariota up there, like I'm like, Cam could do whatever he's going to do for the Eagles, like wherever, you know what I'm saying? So it's like he could definitely be a backup, though. Anthony Weston asks, do you guys think the Cowboys will still try to get D-Hop? I think that ship has sailed definitely with the acquisition of Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
I like Brandon Cooks, though. That's a lot of speed, so.
Would you have rather getting D-Hop than Cooks?
Almost the same to me. I don't know.
Really?
Because Cooks is going to serve like a specific role, and he knows he's not coming over there to be the number one. He knows he's going there to be behind CD and to get down the field and use his speed. So almost like having a player that knows what he's going to do versus like D-Hop, I don't know what his expectations would be other than he'd be like, I want to ball out and I want the ball,
I think he would know coming over there he'll be number two, especially after last year. I think him being Dak is a decent quarterback, so I think Dak can do it. I think it'll open it up especially for CD, because CD, the last game against the 49ers, he had double team the whole game. He couldn't really get because Gallup couldn't get open, so we couldn't get nothing going. I think having DeAndre Hopkins on the team, he's gonna open something up. He can still make great catches, goal line, make good catches. So I think he's definitely way better than Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks will open up the field, but Dak don't throw deep balls. So that's the thing about that. He's not a deep ball thrower. So that's his go-to thing is he like the deep ball, and we don't really play like that. So I don't know. We'll see. But I think DeAndre Hopkins would have been a good fit for us. But I definitely know we're not getting him now though. So
right.
Yeah, you know what's fun? I actually really liked the acquisition of Brandon Cooks because even with no quarterback over the last 5 years, he's actually been he's eclipsed 1,000 yards the last 5 seasons. But you are right, Dak don't throw deep. Dak likes safe. So that's actually a really good point, Marcus. I hadn't really thought about is he might be a deep threat, but Dak don't throw deep. So yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I think it's going to work out well, but D Hopkins, obviously he would have been productive too. And I get what you're saying too, Marcus, about like that's a clutch person, third down, you need a catch type of thing.
yeah.
That's a different type of player in him. So I don't know. Unk says D Hops wants to join the Cowboys, but yeah, I think that ship has definitely sailed. Anthony Weston says, where do you think Zeke will go? I'm saying Rams. I don't think Rams because they could have signed Todd Gurley 2 years ago. That's basically what Zeke is now.
I'll say Chiefs.
Chiefs?
That's what I was saying. No, I'm just messing with him though.
That would be good though. Actually, the Chiefs, that wouldn't be too bad. Because he could just play goal line. You know what I'm saying? Just be that tough runner.
I don't know. I think maybe Seahawks.
Seahawks, that could work too. They lost Penny, Rashad Penny, I think.
Carson gone too.
Unk says Zeke's going to Buffalo, but actually Buffalo signed Damian Harris from the Patriots, so I think that they might be solid with that. And then Unk saying, yeah, Cowboys, they signed Ronald Jones, which that was not impressive to me. Let's see. Pop says something about, Dak was actually number 1 rated deep thrower 2 years ago. Dak can play anyway, but can't have interceptions. I think
2 years ago is a long ways away. That's a long ways away.
But here's the thing though. He was, but y'all remember 2 years ago,
Amari Cooper.
y'all were playing from behind almost every single game.
Well,
so
yeah, and
like
that's true. They were throwing the ball, and my other thing is Amari Cooper was like that deep threat that actually he was the one catching those deep balls before he left. So I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see. That's most all the free agent signings on here. I did want to talk about Dante Hightower retiring from the Patriots after 9 years. Wow. He's still young, but I think that that's pretty legit for him to have a great career, 3 Super Bowls.
Oh, yeah, 3 of them, huh?
Yeah. And I think he was basically like right there on the first 2 and then this late one. So that's what's up, though. Definitely a good career, made his money and still has his faculties and everything like that. So,
yeah.
That's good. Other news, Laramie Tunsil, he signed to be now the highest paid tackle, and his deal was 3 years, $75 million, which is pretty legit. $25 million a year for a tackle. Yeah, that's crazy money.
So he pretty much got that money back from his from getting drafted. Remember, he got drops, so he didn't get that contract. So he pretty much got it back now, right?
Yeah. He's got the money that he would have had made, and I do give him credit for bouncing back from that. That's so funny that he's come a long way since then, or whatever. But yeah, they tried to mess.
I didn't want to say it, but Pop had to go ahead and say it, man. You had to go ahead and do it, man.
The worst part was that they waited till like 30 minutes before the draft to put that news out there, so there was not going to be any type of time for him to recover or it was just all bad. But man, the other thing I had on here too was the Cam Newton thing, that's pretty cool though.
That's young Cam right there, boy.
That's the original pro day one. That's the first time.
That's good Cam right there.
Maybe if he would have showed up with his dreadlocks cut off or something like that, he would have showed people he was serious or something. No, I'm playing. I think it was kind of cool, but I hope like he didn't. I don't know how it went, but I hope he didn't take away too much from the Auburn players too, because that's hopefully he brought more attention maybe to their receivers and their people that, because that's who they're supposed to be there to see, not Cam Newton throwing the ball around,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep.
And I don't think they really had a quarterback coming out this year, or so maybe that's why too. All right, I think that's it for football. The draft is April 27th, so that's about a little bit more than a month away, and we are going to do another mock first round draft. So we'll see if Anthony Weston can come back and defend his title as the GM of Say Like a Champ. But that's about it, though. There was a lot of stuff going on still with NFL free agency, of course, but it's slowing down a little bit, and now I think it's going to start moving towards the draft. So we'll start moving towards our next topic. World Baseball Classic update, by the way, too. It's still 3-1 Japan, now the bottom of the 6th. So
Hey,
USA is going to.
I'm actually going to take off.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But I figured I'd take off before the next segment goes. But I will definitely holler at y'all. And as always, thanks for holding it down.
Yes, absolutely. We appreciate you, brother.
Right,
take care. Do your thing.
Yep. Peace.
Peace. All right. Wait, a little thing real quick here. Anthony West said Phillips Rivers said he wanted to come out of retirement. I'm with Pops on this one.
Yeah, but he didn't want to retire in the first place, so I think he should have just waited at least one more year. He could have retired this year.
Yeah,
I ain't trying to come back. It's not going to work, man. That 1 year off, man, is going to be a big difference.
I agree with that, and that's what I think too for Cam Newton though, because he had all of last year off too. It's like that's that's kind of taking.
The only thing I give him a chance is maybe he got a little more on his legs. Maybe he could probably do a little bit on there. Right. Rivers ain't doing none of that, so I saw.
That's real. It's crazy though that Phillip Rivers, like if he would have maybe stayed with the Colts one more year, like maybe they would have he had him kind of going in the right direction, but
he probably did better than Matt Ryan.
Yeah. And then he needs that check. Anthony's reminding us, he needs that check. So
I think he all right. He played a long time, man. I think he's good.
Yeah. Well, now his older kids are making money for the younger ones too. Now it's like a farm life, you know what I'm saying? Like you just have more kids, so you can have more of a crew. He's got a whole crew. And Uncle agrees Cam is done. So all right, but over the next few weeks, we'll also talk about a little bit more of draft prep, talk about the combine a little bit because we didn't really get too much into that. But that'll be that. We'll go ahead and jump into our next topic. All right, we start by saying rest in peace to Willis Reed, two-time champion with the Knicks, and one of the kind of like not really founding fathers and stuff, but like one of the early on brothers that was kind of holding it down in the NBA, I will say. So rest in peace to Willis Reed. He died at 80 today. Former Knick great. And I read Phil Jackson's book, and he talked a lot about being with Willis Reed and his impact of the game too. So we'll just say rest in peace.
Willis Reed's the one that came out at the halftime or something like that. He got hurt. He had walked out. Is that Willis Reed?
Yeah.
Okay. I always get him and Derek Dawkins kind of mixed up sometimes.
Got you. Yeah. No, Willis Reed is a little bit older, like maybe like a little little generation before Darnold Dawkins.
Oh, okay.
Probably too. So, but from talking about one legend to talking about another, and I wanted to get your take on this one, Marcus. We have Michael Jordan. He's set to sell his stake in the Hornets. He bought in at $175 million in 2010. Now the team's estimated at $1.7 billion, and he's going to sell basically, I think all of his stake, which he doesn't own it all, but he owns like the majority. So, what do you think about his time as an owner if this is the end?
Smart move. Get out of there because they'll never be good. So I think he thought he'll make a difference in getting different people. Seeing LaMelo get hurt, he like this ain't gonna we'll never be good. So I think he came to reality. You're gonna get paid. Go ahead, you still are great. You can't be great at everything. So Go ahead and get out there and do other things, man. But I'm happy he did what he had to do, being the first black majority owner. But yeah, the Hornets will never be good. So
yeah, I agree with you too. I just feel like yeah, like you said, like maybe he thought he would be able to make more of a difference, but he sees now from that role, there's only so much you can really do or control. And especially because like that's from like literally being the guy with the ball in his hands in the final seconds on the court. That's the farthest away. You're still part of the team, but that's like one of the farthest away places you can be from like the impact of the court is when you're an owner. So you know, and he wants to win. He's always very competitive, and it's just not working out. So, but you know, he made plenty of money in the process, and now he can be free to go do other things. You know, or just fade off into the background if that's what he that's what he wants to do. So, Unk says Jordan has been a horrible owner. I don't know if he's horrible compared to, you know, everything. Compared to some other owners, you know, like what have the owners for the Pistons done? What have, you know, certain other things, but I just feel like too, he's so out there, right? He's so known too. So everything he does do as an owner is going to be a little bit more magnified versus like most owners, we don't even know who they are. So
yeah,
he said horrible. Dang, and giving him no breaks. But if you compare it to his playing career, yeah, not good as an owner. So, but you mentioned LaMelo Ball, actually Lonzo Ball too got some sad news that we were going to talk about here as well with him being out for all of next year now. He's having his third knee procedure, and they're saying that he's going to potentially miss, or basically he's going to miss 2023-24 season. And the procedure that he's having now is actually cartilage replacement, which is like something that I think is a little bit more kind of more extreme. Like I don't think that's normal or routine for the sports world. So we'll see how it works for him, but I don't know.
Yeah, he might be done, man. So he start missing them knees, man. Never the same.
Yeah. I think that it is pretty sad, but I think he might be done too. He might be like one of them, like a Brandon Roy type of thing. So let's see. What's going on? Oh, Pops. He says, easy, uncle. You know how much I love MJ, and I get really defensive. But I think, Pops, yourself, you have to admit that MJ's time as an owner did not go as he expected or as he had wished, right? He didn't do that great. Anthony West says, great businessman, though. That's for sure.
I think I'm going to take it off Unk. I'm going to take it off you, Unk. I'm going to come with Pops. LeBron would do a lot better when he retires.
Yeah. Oh, man. I think LeBron is going to be an owner though for sure. I think he's going to buy the Kings and he's going to take them to Vegas. I think that would be pretty dope. So
nah, I think he's going to go to Seattle, man.
Oh, Seattle? Okay, yeah, that would be cool. Bringing the franchise back to Seattle.
Seattle got to come back, then go to Vegas. But I think I think you're right though. I think Vegas would be more cooler, you know.
Yeah. I do think it's funny, like LeBron basically practicing for being an owner now. Like he's just always on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? Like he never be playing. So, all right. The other thing I wanted to talk about too was we got to get a Ja Morant check-in. Now, he did receive an 8-game suspension from the NBA for conduct detrimental to the league, and he did come out with this little piece on ESPN. And I put some of that up there, but I just think it was I don't know. I just think it was interesting because the games that he missed when he voluntarily stepped away from the Grizzlies are counting as like time served for the 8-game suspension. So he will be actually back tomorrow. So he's not going to actually miss as much time as I originally had thought, because I thought, the 8-game suspension would be actual games suspended. But I'm glad that he's just, basically got a week off, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad that he's coming back sooner rather than later. But Marcus, what did you think about the Ja Morant thing?
I think it was overblown. I think they did. I think it was too much. I think 2 or 3 games at the most, then let him play, man. It's like, to me, if he was out there threatening somebody with a gun and robbing somebody or something like that, then yeah, you could do a lot more. But he just had it. It wasn't his. It proved that it wasn't his gun. It wasn't registered to him. Like, I know he's a figure. He shouldn't be doing that. So I think he's gonna learn his lesson. So I think we'll never see this again. I think he'll change from here on out. I think he'll do better. But I think 8 games was a lot for him. But we'll forget about it when they get to the playoffs. They're doing well. So
right. No, I agree with that. I think it is kind of weird. Yeah, 8 games does seem like a lot, but I guess since they were like, well, he's already out 5, What's that?
Not paid too. He didn't get paid.
Oh, right.
So
we're missing those checks. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do think that they were like looking at like, well, he's already been out 5. Like, well, we'll just put it here, but we'll just say those ones already count or whatever. So
And he needed a little wake up call. He was getting a little too out of hand, going to the script clubs and all that kind of stuff. But did you hear that they can't stay overnight no more on road games? Like once they play, they gotta get out of there right away.
Is that just the Grizzlies or
it's the Grizzlies? But they saying also that I said David Stern, but they're also talking to the commissioner Silver that they think about doing for all teams. So if that happens, like they're gonna be pissed at him, because that's when you gotta relax.
You win it for everybody.
Yeah, so it's like, man, like he might ruin because he had 2 incidents in Denver, like you know what I'm saying, with that situation. So I know for sure that this year that the Grizzlies can't stay overnight no more. They gotta play and get out of there.
So after they play, relax straight to the airport. Yeah.
So
that's crazy, but it's funny because I think there's been different stories you hear throughout the times and things like that. It's like I think NBA players do look forward to that, especially depending on where you're playing, or you're playing somewhere, you're playing for the Jazz, whatever. And you're like, oh, we're about to go to Chicago, or we're about to go to New York, or we're about to play in LA. You want that time after the game, to go link up with your homies in that family in that area, whatever. So that would be kind of a different, kind of a blow to the culture of like them having fun while they're traveling around. If as soon as they get off their away game, they have to like go and have to play and head home. So that's crazy. But yeah, I think it was pretty interesting. But hopefully that is behind them. Speaking of his teammate though, Dylan Brooks. You see Dylan Brooks is going a little bit crazy lately. Got his 18th technical foul. So the NBA starts suspending you at 16 technical fouls for the year. You get suspended a game, and then every 2 after that. So this is his second suspension for technical fouls. But he's been chirping a lot. The other night he was, calling a player a cheerleader or whatever. And then they also got into it with the Warriors again. Him kind of doing the stare down with Clay. But do you like the you like that type of thing, or do you like what Dylan Brooks is doing? Or
well, it's like being a wrestler. You're an entertainer, so I think he knows his play. He's not playing as well. Like I think his first 2 years he played decent, but I think it's showing that he's not playing well. So he's trying to find another source of being relevant, So he's trying to do what he can to stay relevant, but that won't last long when you're not playing good. So he has to start playing well too and doing that, because I think he's trying to be like a Rasheed Wallace type of guy. Because Rasheed Wallace did that. He was still balling. He still was one of the best players on the team.
Right.
So he could get away with that. But I think the owner or the coach saying you ain't producing, you doing that, we're going to sit you down. So maybe he'll start playing better. But I don't think it fits him pretty good. And I don't know if you've seen when he tried to give Kyrie his jersey and Kyrie didn't take it. It was kind of like, ugh.
No, I didn't see that.
They did like a jersey swap. So Kyrie gave him his, and then he tried to give Kyrie his, and Kyrie kept walking. It was like, oh, like, man. So
that's crazy. He's like, you can have mine, but I'm not trying to grab yours.
I think about it. You want Dylan's jersey? Like, where you gonna hang that up at? Like, who is that?
Well, and that's what Klay Thompson said too. And I wanted to know if you would agree with this. Klay Thompson basically was like, when they were getting into their thing, he was like, he's a nice little player or whatever. He was basically, but like nobody's ever going to talk about him after he's done playing. Like he doesn't have like a legacy type of thing. So
yeah, I don't think he's gonna do that. Like he's gonna make a big overcome to do that. So like I think he's trying to be the Draymond of their team, but Draymond got rings, to prove what he's doing. So
right.
Yeah, I'm the type of player. If I'm Clay, I wouldn't even argue with that guy. Like I'm not even gonna go into it with you.
Got you. Stephanie Washington, want to welcome Stephanie Washington to the show. Thank you, Miss Stephanie, for making it out. We appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. We're just rolling along, though. I think that's pretty much it for NBA talk. The West, only one loss separates the seeds 6 through 12, so it is very tight race. My Lakers blew a game the other night.
Yeah, man.
Basically, Anthony Davis blew that game because he had a chance to shoot free throws to make it a 4-point game with like, I don't know, however many seconds left against the Mavericks the other night. And then also he left his man alone on the 3-point line, Maxi Kleber. I do have to give it credit for him though, because he like caught the ball and immediately shot it and hit the 3 at the buzzer to beat the Lakers. That was a pivotal game because if the Lakers win that game, they'll basically be in the 6th seed instead of the 10th seed where they're at now. Yeah. So that, that kind of hurt. but they're still staying afloat. And Austin Reeves is really balling. Actually,
I
he's
just about to
really
say
well.
AR-15 is doing his thing, man. He's showing he's becoming that Caruso for the Lakers, man. So
Right.
I think he's balling. So I think you need him on that stretch. I think they make it. I think LeBron gets back. He has to get back this week, man, to start playing for them to get in the playoff
To get it past the play-in or
play-in,
whatever, to make sure they're in the play-in, yeah.
So we'll see. He has to come back soon.
Yeah, I think so too, but I'm really hoping that these players that have kind of elevated their play while he's been gone keep playing like that. Don't just defer to LeBron when he comes back, because that's what kind of gets them slowed down again. You know, they lose their rhythm. It's like just kind of let him come in and be like everybody else and just do his thing. And right now he's on the bench. He's a big morale guy, but hopefully he sees where he can fit in and keep everybody still going and doing what they're doing now. So Unk says Anthony Davis, I believe, will be getting traded.
What happened this year?
Yeah, definitely not. Well, yeah, past the trade deadline this year, but I don't know, maybe so. But they make a little run this year, we'll see. I do think, though, just in general, thinking about the NBA, I do think that there has been a shift back now away from the super teams to just being like, you need a well-rounded depth team again.
Yeah, bench.
Yeah. So it's interesting, though, because we'll see that experiment when Kevin Durant comes back, because it's like the Suns are now on the tail end of that, like still trying to have a super team, still trying to have a big three. But it seems like most of the teams that are being successful right now, like the Kings, like the Grizzlies, like the Celtics. I mean, obviously the Celtics got stars too, but it's more depth, more having a well-rounded team. So we'll see how that plays out. I still wouldn't mind having a big three, though, you know.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah. So, all right. I think that's about it, but we're gonna jump back. Actually, we're gonna take a look at this one real quick. Hold on 1 second. We're gonna hit the other sports. So what's next again?
Other sports?
Oh yeah, other sports. Okay, so not football.
Yeah, not basketball. We did that already.
Oh, okay, like hockey.
Yeah, like hockey. Feel me?
Okay, like baseball. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Like soccer, right?
There we go.
Like soccer.
Like other sports. All right, other sports. We're approaching the end of the NHL season, so we got playoff hockey is going to be starting in about a month, and the Boston Bruins are the clear favorite in the NHL right now. They're doing really great. They're basically where my Avalanche were last year as far as just dominating teams, scoring a lot of goals, and playing really good defense. So they're the heavy favorites right now going into the playoffs. But some other interesting news about hockey is that Fanatics is actually taking over and replacing Adidas as the official jersey supplier for the NHL next year. And that's pretty interesting. You know, Fanatics, if you're familiar or whatever, is like just like a regular outlet, like a store or whatever, right? Like an online store where you can just buy any of the fan gear. And over time, they've started having of course, like Nike makes the NBA or the NFL stuff, but then they'll have a Fanatics brand one too, which is more like almost like a generic one or whatever. That's super legit that now they're having a chance to be the official supplier. So this is the first time, but I guess that their partnership with the NHL has done really well over the years. And so the NHL is going to try them out to be the jersey maker. I think that's pretty cool. What do you think about that?
I think it's cool. I think Fanatics is bigger than people think, though. I think they're doing great things. They were here for the Super Bowl doing a big event too with Ryan Clark and my buddy Beecham. They was part of the panel with them. So they making some moves right now. Like I say, it used to be generic, but I think they make some good stuff. So I think I use them sometimes I need something right away. But I think they about to make a jump right now. So it'd be good for them.
I agree. No, I agree. It's really cool. And yeah, I think that they have been smart over the years. And I think they were originally called like Football Fanatics, and they started with like a few products. But over the years now, if you go to Fanatics now, you can get any team sport. If you want to just get a shirt with their logo on it, you can find any team, any sport basically on Fanatics. So they've done a great job just acquiring every single license. And now if they become a real supplier, that could be really big for them. The other thing I had on here, hockey related, is on Sunday is the Isobel Cup, which I don't know exactly what Isobel stands for, but this is actually the women's hockey championship, and it's going to be on ESPN2. I've never actually seen women's ice hockey on TV before, but they're actually going to be doing the championship, and it's an interesting format because they actually had the semifinals was like a 3-game series between two different teams, but the actual championship game is going to just be one game. It's not actually going to be a 3-game series or anything like that. It's just going to be one game for the cup. And that's actually happening here in Tempe, Arizona, where the Coyotes play. So that's pretty cool. If you're looking for something to watch on Sunday, you know what I'm saying, check out some women's hockey. I think I'm going to try to check it out just because I never really seen it before.
Yeah, I mean, I've never heard of it, so that'd be kind of cool to check out a little bit of it.
Yeah, and it's interesting that this is their first time to kind of getting a broadcast partner, and it's only for the championship game. But who knows if it does well? Maybe over time they'll build up a little bit. Speaking of building up and getting a partnership, like an actual TV partnership, Live Golf, they're now going to be aired on the CW. So they're going to continue to be aired on their YouTube channel and on their website, but they're also with the CW now. And one thing I did notice is over the last weekend, ESPN and Fox Sports started putting the scores for Live and the results for Live on their websites, which all of last year ESPN did not acknowledge Live as like an actual thing that they reported out on. So interesting headway for Live. Marcus, you were telling us last week that you think they're going to be in there for the long haul, but I think that's definitely like another step of like becoming more of like a permanent league, actually getting on TV. And this weekend's event in Tucson was really pretty legit, and there was actually a 3-way tie, and they went into overtime holes, and Danny Lee won in the 3rd overtime, I think, hole. And this is his first win since 2015. This guy was almost out of golf, and now he cashed a $4 million purse in only his 2nd event with Live. So I think that's pretty darn cool.
It's very cool. So, but yeah, they were on CW this weekend too. I checked it out a little bit. It still don't have that original golf feel to it. The commentators and how the scoreboard is. It's still kind of like a
little too gamer style.
Yeah, it's like a gamer type thing. So I know they're trying to do their own thing. You know, they even have where they about to putt. They have like a little tracker of how straight it should be and all that kind of stuff. So they still trying to do things. I think just go ahead and copy the PJ how you do things.
You want the straight up format.
Yeah, just go ahead and do that stuff and make it look like I know you're trying to do, but I think it's time to get that because you guys, I really think they're gonna make a splash. But we'll see like the next 2 years if one of those guys win one of the 4, they'll get some momentum going. But they don't win in at all, then they might kind of start falling back. But I'm a big guy on how the presentation is, and it looks more like kiddish to me. So hopefully they get that together.
I can feel you on that. I think they're definitely trying to look like towards like the younger version of golf. They're trying to be like more like Top Golf when you're at Top Golf and you see like the gamified version of golf. So I agree with that for sure. But I thought it was pretty cool. I do hope that they do well, but I get what you're saying. Like just make it a little bit more clean on the presentation. Yeah. Just give us a real deal. Mm-hmm. All right, but I think that's pretty much it, though. I think we're gonna get to, wrapping it up a little bit early. I'm gonna stop this screen share, and I did want to say, Mom's jumping in there. She said, "Don't you have plans Sunday?" And I do want to say, we do want to wish a happy early birthday to Mom's. It's her birthday this coming up weekend, so we're definitely gonna be doing
birthday,
celebrating. Mom. And yes, definitely hit her up in the comments with the little happy birthday. I'm excited to get some
42, 43.
Yeah, I think it's 43. Yeah, 43 this year. So yeah. So she's definitely, she's getting up there, but but yeah, we'll have some German chocolate cake this weekend for her. Ooh. That's her favorite. So that'll be fire. So yeah, so definitely happy birthday, early birthday to Moms. And I think that's pretty much it though. Marcus, what's your favorite kind of cake? We can talk about sweets for a second.
My favorite cake, I would say, is a lemon pound cake.
Oh, lemon pound cake. Okay.
Yeah, I am too fancy, but a nice lemon pound cake would be good for me.
Okay, I got you. Okay, cool.
My grandma used to make a 7-Up pineapple upside down cake, but I'm allergic to pineapples. But I still.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's not a bad allergic. I got like my skin started like real funny, something like that. But I still would eat it. So, but I would say a lemon pound cake would be the go-to.
Gotcha. Okay.
What about you?
I like the confetti cake, like the white cake with the
Really?
stuff in it. Yeah,
I
I've
had
always
that
liked
last
that one
night.
since
That's
I was a
crazy.
little
The kids
kid.
had that.
Yeah, exactly. So that's I don't know. That's one always my favorite. But I love just chocolate cake. I love any cake. You know how I get down. So. Unc says happy birthday. Pop says happy birthday LKM. And then Unc says German chocolate cake. Yeah, German chocolate is fire too. That's a good one too.
I would eat it without the coconut. Like, give me
Gotcha.
everything
Okay, the
else but the
coconut throws you
coconut.
off.
But I'm not a chocolate type of. I don't like chocolate ice cream or chocolate cake. So if I had to have it, I don't know the texture of the coconut. I don't like.
Got you. Okay, cool. All right. Well, we're getting some information. We're filing that away for later. Um, but that's one more update on the World Baseball Classic. It's now the bottom of the seventh, and Japan is still leading 3-1 against Team USA. So I'm gonna probably try to go catch the last couple innings of this, hope for some
Me too.
heroics. And we're gonna do it like that. We held it down for Strizzy. He was in dad mode, you know what I'm saying? He had the dad taxi going on, so that's what's up with the dad Uber driver today. But yeah, we want to thank him for being on the show, and then thank you, Mad Marcus. Everything else is good with you. Anything else you want to check in on before we dip out?
Only thing I was gonna say, we went to Pop Strokes this weekend. I think we have to go. We have to go, not this weekend because moms celebrate moms, but the following week, sometime we got to go, man. I think we'll really enjoy it. It was really fun. I couldn't have enough fun with because the kids are like ready to go. So I want to go with my boys and we have some good fun. I think we'll have a good time. You can be there all day. You know, they have drinks, food there, good music and stuff like that. So I think it'll be super fun.
Cool.
So we got to go ASAP, man. Let's mom want to go for her birthday. You know, we'll see, mom. I'll go out there.
True.
So,
all right.
I think it's a good time. Though.
No, I'm excited for that too, definitely. And I want to make a little vlog about it when we go there. And then also, I heard about Shaq's chicken restaurant that opened up on the east side. I kind of want to check that out too.
Yeah,
so
we can make it all one day, man.
We got some adventures coming up. That's what's up. Yeah. That's what's up. Have stuff definitely lots to look forward to. But we will see y'all next week on episode 187. But for now, that was Say Like a Champ. It's your boy A-Dub.
Your boy Marcus. Let's get them tacos, man. Taco Tuesday.
Peace.
Peace out.